this is how I know I'm getting older, right? Because sweets are starting to get too sweet for me. One time, my parents, this is so funny because I should probably bring this up to my therapist. Like back then, my parents used to cancel on me all the time. Like I would want to spend time with them, and like they were pretty absent in a lot of ways. They have since apologized for that shit, but it says a lot for me. You know what I mean? It does a lot. But anyways, so my parent, I like was like, oh, there's a movie I want to show you. Here's, you know, like let's do a movie night, and they promised, and like I made a schedule with them for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And I was like a younger person. I was definitely underage. I was probably like ages 15 through 17, sometime between then. Anyways, I made this appointment with my parents to watch a movie. I was like, there's this new movie I really want to watch with you guys. I heard it was good. You know, like I love them. Shit like that. You know what I mean? I made this thing with them for 2 weeks, and I'm like, you're gonna promise. You gotta do it. Okay, you're gonna promise. And they're like, yeah, we promise. Lo and behold, the day comes, and like a few hours before we're supposed to watch the movie, they go, hey buddy, one of our friends is just flew into town, and it's their birthday, and you know, we want to go, you know. And they're like, I'm so sorry, you know. And I'm like, this has happened enough. And so I tell them, I'm like, okay, if you're gonna go, you have to buy me chocolate cake. You have to, like, I was craving chocolate cake at that time, so I was like, you have to buy me chocolate cake if you go. And they're like, ha 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 ha, okay, yeah, ha ha ha. And then they go. And then they go, and they come home, and they bought me chocolate cake. And the sucky part about it is, like, I was craving it, I wanted it, I asked for it, but it's not... looking at that, and realizing that my parents would rather go out of their way to buy me fucking chocolate cake than to have, you know, told their friends no, and like spent their time with me because I made an appointment, like a thing with them. You know what I mean? And like I understand like rescheduling. It's not like I like asked my parents, but the thing is, they used to do it all the time. They would legitimately do this all the time. You know what I mean? And I was old enough at that point to be like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Why do I bother trying to be a good daughter if you guys like really are just like this? You know what I mean? And it was so sad, right? But that chocolate cake was bomb as fuck, dude. It was so good. It had those little chocolate chips on the side, right? Also, so it had that like crunch and texture to it too. And so I was like eating it, and I was like, fuck. You know, kind of like mad, but also like, yummy. It was so good. But now, all right, all this to say, dude, ADHD brain go burst so hard. All this to say, it took like a 20-minute fucking like story to tell. I know I'm older now because when I eat chocolate cake, it's too sweet for me sometimes. Now it's too sweet for me. And I recently really got into my dessert being just like a latte. Like a normal latte, not like a flavored latte. I don't know. It took like 20 minutes for me to tell that fucking, for me all just to come around to say like, oh, this is how I know I'm getting older. Bro.